Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm so high energy. I was just telling my husband that I had 5 hours of sleep last night. I took about a 40-minute nap because I did work from home today. And on my lunch break, I laid down and I thought that I would sleep for the whole hour, but I did not. I was up in 40 minutes like, wait, what? And I'm so high energy today, so I don't know what's going on. I am just feeling so good, so refreshed, so energized. There is so much new makeup that I have in my collection because I was bedridden after surgery, placing a ton of orders. I need to sit down and play with this on camera with you guys. As you can see, my eyes are already done. I was playing with the new Natasha I Need a Nude palette, and that video I'm certain will be up before this one. But I want to play with all the base makeup that I just hauled and all of the new releases. So all I did was really grab all of the new releases except for complexion. This complexion product is not a new release. It's just one that I am currently loving. So I thought we could do that today. I will briefly show you what we're going to hop into today. We are going to use the new Tower 28 and Serum Concealer. I'm really excited for this. And then I picked up a Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I don't even know if this is like really new release anymore, but I still want to try that on camera. I picked up 2 of the new Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balms. So we'll be trying both of these on. Some of these are like duplicates, so I'm gonna have to like take off, put on, but I don't care. I just brought a ton of stuff. I wanna try it all on. I don't care if we have to take some off and reapply. Then I got the Give Beauty Feeling Cheeky Blush Duo. I have 3 of the new shades of the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Style Free Blush. Freestyle Cream Blush. I totally said that backwards, that's cool. And then I also got the Cream Lip Gloss, Odyssey Lip Gloss from Milk Makeup. And I will also throw on something that I've been testing, but it's also new. It's from Phytosurgeons. It's one of their new cream bronzers. And this one is the rosy one. These are called the Spectral Sunlight bronzers. So we'll throw that on today. A couple of duplicate lip products, couple of blushes. If you guys are interested, stay tuned. Here we go. Let's start off with my base. I have been loving this foundation. I just recently did a video. I don't know if it will go up before this one, but I did try Gxve 24-hour breathable foundation. It's a luminous matte finish. I picked up a couple more Gxve products. I have just been loving everything. Like, I already really enjoyed their blush and their bronzer. I picked up quite a bit, sorry. But I had the wrong shade in the bronzer, so I went back and I got 01 and I ended up decluttering 02 finally after like holding on to it forever and trying to make it work. But this is like a full coverage matte foundation that doesn't look dry. Look how full coverage it is. I look absolutely insane when I start to put this on. I did pick up too much. It's highly, highly fragranced, but it doesn't appear to have alcohol in the ingredients. So those of you who have sensitive skin, you might like it if you can stand the fragrance. Most of Gxve products, are just luxury beauty in general, are quite fragrant. But the point is, I am absolutely loving this foundation. It's one of the few matte ones that are like controlling my oils in this Florida humidity. But the thing is though, even though it's full coverage, I just don't find that it like sinks into my fine lines or it overemphasizes the texture on my face. I feel like at 38 now, the texture is something that I just notice so much more than I ever did before. This doesn't seem to emphasize my texture, so I am just freaking loving it. I have mine in the shade 160N, which says fair on it, but I also know that they go lighter than this. They go like 120N, and so, you know, even though there are fairer shades than this is still considered fair. Anyway, it's kind of a little bit deep for me, and maybe even on the yellow side, but once I bronze up, I can usually get away with it. Let's go into blush, because I also missed one that I wanted to try. It's the new Nudestix one. It's the Nudies Matte plus the Glow Core. I actually swatched this and it's better than I thought it was going to be. This is in Rose Glow. So let's actually start with all of the Fenty ones first. The first one that I have here is Fuego Flush, so it's the orange shade. I should have enough brushes up here to just try, reapply. I did swatch all of these because I had these in my haul video, but I haven't put them on my cheeks yet. So super vibrant orangey shade. It's not going to go with the eye look, and I'm not throwing on bronzer yet. I will pick which blush I like the best, and then I'm gonna leave that one on as my final look. This one's really light. You know what? It's funny. I remember these being so much more pigmented when I had a shade 3 years ago, but I realize now after picking these up, They're more radiant, they're more sheer, they're more buildable. And so even though a lot of the shades look maybe a little bit punchy and extreme, I don't think they are. I feel like Fenty has a formula and shades that are so complementary across so many different skin tones. It's actually quite lovely. Not like a range where like the light ones are good for light skin tones and then the darker ones are good for darker skin tones. I legitimately feel like every single one of her shades would probably suit every single skin tone because it's just such a light buildable formula. Has a nice natural radiance in the viewfinder. It looks so pretty. Like I just want to keep staring at it. Like it's an orange that if you liked orange, I don't think is too aggressive. Let's go into this one, which is Riri. It's a mauve shade. I have her Riri Fenty Gloss Bomb. It is so good. It's a cool mauve with shimmer sparkles in it. I'm hoping that this looks just like that. I don't know why I'm showing you the packaging because it's all the same. Here's this one. I didn't swatch the Fuego Flush one, but I will swatch this one. It's just such a sheer kind of buildable formula. Like even this shade right here, go in with a light hand, you can get away with lighter skin tones. Go in with a deeper hand, you can get away with deeper skin tones. Okay, the sun is starting to go down, so I turned up the brightness a little bit, but I want to go into the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Vanilla Beige and throw it on while I'm messing around because there's no better time to put this on since we have a bunch of other lip products to try on. I have actually put this on my lips. I opened the box while I was recovering, like in bed, and I threw this on and nothing else. It's like thick, but it's like almost a lip oil because it's just so smooth. But I like that it's really, really thick. Also, my favorite, probably my favorite thing about this product is the size. It's not teeny tiny. You get a lot of product, so I feel like for what you get, like it's actually a decent value. I keep having this hair that's like attacking me, so I was excited about that. Plus I love this applicator. It's like perfect. It's like so soft and smooth, and it's angled like just right. It's not like a perfect degreed angle. It almost, I don't know, it's just well done. It's well done, I think. All right, now back into this Riri shade. I'm taking a very similar or same brush, but it's a different one. I hauled a bunch of these. Are these the same ones? Yes, they're both the e.l.f. angled brush is what I'm using. And I'm gonna go into this side. Ooh, it's so pretty. Yeah, it's just such a buildable formula. It's so much better than I remember this formula being when I tried it 3 years ago. Or maybe I'm just really into a much more buildable kind of dewy finish these days, much more than I used to be. Pigmented and matte used to be my thing. And I think to some degree it still is, but this is also super flattering. So I've just been really enjoying this. Not overly pigmented for how much I was applying, but I kind of feel like it's subtle and nice. It's just really, really pretty. I'm really glad that I picked these up. And I kind of like that they're not huge. Is that weird? That I feel like, okay, I might actually be able to get through this. Not. This balm is so juicy, juicy. Let's go into Strawberry Drip, which is the next one. Look at this one. Ooh, let's swatch it. I might like this one the least. This is kind of a shade that I don't always gravitate towards, but it just looked appealing. Like I feel like you could easily like blend that out, and it's more coral than it is like a straight pink. I'm just gonna get like a stippling brush. It's a little bit smaller, but it'll fit in this pan pretty nicely. Oh wow, you can really amp this one up, especially with this stippling brush. It's not as diffused, it's much more dense and precise, and so this is gonna pick up more product. Thing is though, like you're not building sheen with Fenty's products, right? Like some, they don't add more pigment just because you add more blush. Like sometimes they actually just add more luminosity and sheen, but don't bring in the pigment behind it. The thing with Fenty's is that they're just really buildable in terms of pigment without getting like extra dewy and just adding too much glow. I don't know, I'm really loving these way more than I ever did. That's this one. It's pretty, like it's not bad for what I usually try and stay away from. I actually think it's kind of nice. This Riri one is pretty BA in my opinion. Okay, well speaking of Riri's coming off, and we're gonna use, I think, the Give Beauty next. Okay, that is off. Foundation is reapplied. Let's go into this Give Beauty one. It's the Feeling Cheeky Amplifying Blush Duo in Lasting Love is the color story. The thing that I have said about these and that I just kind of dislike is that they don't go all the way to the end of the pan. She has them like kind of in the center of the product. or the pan doesn't go all the way to the end of the packaging, sorry. And I feel like you could have. I kind of feel like there's more packaging here than there is product, and that's kind of a little frustrating. These aren't cheap by any means. So one is a matte finish and one is a shimmer finish. They almost look like different shades though. I mean, they kind of are. It's just Lasting Love. It doesn't say any other particular shade on there. I don't know if I would wear this shimmery one on its like own, because it looks like pretty shimmery. I don't know, maybe you guys might like that, but I feel like we could just layer them. So let me get a pretty fluffy brush. I'm gonna take the IT Cosmetics Flawless Blush Brush, and I'm just gonna straight up mix the shades together, like boom, boom, boom. Ooh, there's a lot of powder. And I'm just gonna apply it just like that. I'm a fan of her bronzer too, the cream contour and powder bronzer. I think it's a really good formulation. But you guys, if you saw my haul video, I legitimately thought that these were cream blushes. I was a little surprised that they were powder blushes for having just launched a cream contour and like, why? Like, why not do one or both cream? I don't know. I guess I was just, I don't know what I was feeling. I was feeling kind of something, I guess. This is really pretty mixed together. I think I would love this mixed together. Like, I don't think I would like that shimmer shade just on its own. But that shimmer shade on top of the other one, it's like you don't even need a highlighter. It's kind of like, see my cheeks? My head is wild. It hits it right like here. It just looks so pretty. I actually really like this color too, because it's like this beautiful coral shade. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I don't know. This one's really pretty. I think I like it more than Strawberry Drip. The sheen is actually the best part about this. I might actually try that one just by itself, but these together, so beautiful. I also forgot to mention that the Give Beauty packaging, even though it's very similar, it's different than the bronzer. So if you had both of these in your drawer, you would know exactly which one was which. I feel like she thought about that when she designed these. The inside of here is gold, whereas the other one, the bronzer and contour duo, is a cardboard insert. So you can tell them apart, which is kind of cool. I know that some of us like that, so I thought I would mention that. The final blush that I have that I'm gonna try on today, I wanna put this one on last. I have a feeling that I'm really gonna like this one. I told you guys it was in Rose Glow. It's just so different than their other packaging. It's smaller, there's less product in here. This one has, and I have swatched it already, it has what they refer to as a glow core, but it's not their original matte formula. This is not just fully matte with a glow core. Like, I'm not even sure the core has touched my skin, because the core is like inset from the product, and I've only swatched it twice. It's a totally different super emollient formula. It's not the same. So if you guys were a fan of the Nudies matte, I don't feel like this is gonna be the exact same. I'm actually just gonna take it on a different brush. This is the Sephora, this is an angled foundation brush, off of my hand, and see, no, not enough, not enough. Let's go into the product. This is a deeper mauve-y shade, really pretty. I think I might like this shade best with the eye look, like once I finish it up. Yeah, this one's really pretty. It's not as pigmented as their Nudies Matte Original. I actually thought this was going to be very different, not as creamy and emollient as it, like their matte formula is just, it's really dry. It's like a super matte, it's like a hyper matte formula. And so I kind of expected this to be like, you know, slightly dewy, not quite like this. This just is much more of a dewy finish than I thought it was gonna be. It's a buildable formula though. I mean, it's really nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this one as the final shade. You know what? While this is sitting on my cheeks, just to give you guys a chance to digest it and to kind of look at both the cheeks while I have them on, let's go into the Milk Makeup Odyssey Lip Gloss and let's try this. This is another one that surprised me. It came a lot bigger than I thought it was going to, which is really cool. This one is in Work Trip. It's work like W-E-R-K, and it says it's cream. Like, does that mean there's different formulas? I didn't notice that. But see how much bigger, like it's a thick tube. I thought it was gonna be smaller because you know how Milk makeup products are like small. Anyway, let's swatch this guy. Oh, and I noticed that it has a really cool tip. It's like a bigger, stubbier doe foot applicator, but it's also angled. I feel like it'll hug the lips nicely. Like, it has a decent opacity to it. It's not like too sheer, but it's also juicy and thick. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's so comfortable. You guys, it's like soft like an oil, but it's like thick. This one reminds me of like the Lunar Beauty lip oils or lip glosses. You guys have ever tried those? This is so comfortable. When I love my shade too, like this is perfect. This is a perfect shade for me. Sometimes I do a terrible job picking up lip product when I'm shopping for myself online, and then I go, man, like it ends up being this nude shade that like washes out my lips and does not look good. But I feel like I've been doing a little bit of a better job lately. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit on there for a little while. Oh, and I did want to mention that the Summer Fridays one, super nourishing. Like this is such a good product. If you're into a good lip balm, these are good and they come with a lot. So I don't feel like you're wasting your money. Like by comparison, the new Balms from e.l.f. are like a size of my pinky. I really feel like I'm gonna be saddened the minute I have to take this Milk Makeup lip gloss off. This is such a juicy, non-sticky formula. They did a tremendous job formulating this. All right, now we're going into bronzers. So I'm going to go in with the shade number 2, which is the rosy version. I love the fact that Phytosurgeons keyed in on the fact that there are a lot of people who like rosier undertones as opposed to full warmth. And I like that a lot of other companies are kind of keying on that too, which is they're doing a neutral version and then they're doing kind of a rosy version. And so they actually do come with 12 shades, 12 different shades in their bronzer, which is like 6, but then with a rosy toned counterpart. So this one is the Rosy Daybreak. This is their Spectral Sunlight Cream Bronzer. I have played with this like recently. Like I did do a dedicated video on this and their blushes. I tried their blushes for the first time. I have been grabbing for this rosy toned one so much. I'm just grabbing the soft angled contour brush, the F23 from Sigma. I just recently picked this up. I have not even tried it yet, so I don't know how it works with this bronzer. But the rosy tone is just so slight. It's not too gray, it's not too warm. I've just been loving rosy toned bronzers recently. Oh my goodness, I am just totally forgetting to put on concealer. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm so excited for this. I don't know why I keep skipping over this. So I just put on the bronzer. Let's go into the concealer before we get any further. So it's called the Swipe Serum Concealer from Tower 28. I got mine in the shade, whoa, 5.0 EP is what it says on the box. Is that just 5, shade 5 maybe? I have seen a couple of people try this on, and so far I think everyone is loving it. It's actually a big tube. It's quite a bit of product. How much is in here? 6.5 mils. All right, let's open her up and see this doe foot. Oh, it's my favorite flat paddle. You guys, I love those. Is this too deep? It might be too deep for me. Oopsie daisy. It's deeper than the foundation. Whatever. All right, I'm going into this side first. Should I just start with this? All right, I'm just gonna take a concealer buffing brush and buff this in. Whoa, you guys, that is so creamy. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay. Not only was that like super creamy and smooth, it's right away medium coverage. It's a beautiful concealer. I almost said beautiful ass concealer because it is. That's really good. It's like tacky. You can feel it's definitely lightweight and serumy, but it has like a stickiness about it, but it's not radiant. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Usually a tackier formula usually doesn't blend as smoothly as this one did. So far, this is awesome. Now we can move on into the blush. So we're going back into the Nudestix Rose Glow. We're gonna take the same Sephora angled concealer brush and then stipple it back onto the cheeks. And that's that. That is beautiful. I'm glad I ended with this one. I feel like I love this formula so much more than their matte version. Like this one still has a matteness about it. It's hard to describe. Like it's definitely tacky. Like it has more emollients than just that core. That core is not the only thing bringing sheen and luminosity into it. It's definitely got it like throughout the actual stick itself. But once you buff it in, it kind of buffs in like a matte stick would, if that makes sense. All right, now we're moving on into these Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balms. And I got one in the shade Desire and then one in the shade Rise. So I want to swatch these first. And they are the kind that you turn up. and they don't go back down. But it makes sense with this formula because it is juicy. I have put on one of these in my haul video. Oh, you guys, they're basically like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. I'm like nearly certain that's what Hourglass was going for with this. All right, so this more mauve shade is Desire, and this one is Rise. Do you see how glossy and juicy they are? Oh, they're so, so good. But this lip gloss, it's such a bummer to take it off. It's honestly so beautiful and so comfortable. And I have to mention the shade too, because it's like mauve-y, but it's like my colored lips. And so I feel like it looks like it's a clear gloss, even though it's not. Let's go into Desire first, which is the more mauve shade, because I'm not gonna leave this one on. I'm juicy. Last time I put this on, I said, who needs lip fillers when you can have Hourglass Phantom volumizing glosses? Like, you can feel the tingle right away. You don't need to wait. It's a very slight tingle. It's not heavy or anything. I've kept these on, or at least one of these shades, I can't remember which one, for quite a long time while I was filming my last haul video. They're almost balmier than a glossier, if that makes sense, but the shine is legitimate. And they're maybe like not as sticky as the Tarte either. I'm literally just watching my reflection. Like, I'm so enthralled at like how glossy these are without being goopy. I have not been wowed by an Hourglass product in a while, you guys. All right, we're going into Rise, which was the more nudie shade. That one looks like my lip color when it gets to my lips. So that looks just more like a clear gloss. I'm looking at the concealer. The right eye is like starting to slightly crease. Let me set it because I didn't set it. So, not that it claims to be a self-setting concealer. Come on now, come on now. It was starting to crease a little bit under this right eye. That was it for the testing of new stuff. Now I have to go finish up my eye look, guys, so I will do that. I will come right back, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on everything. And by that time, the concealer will have more time to sit, and we'll see if setting it helped or if it creases. I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't. I'll see you guys very shortly. Welcome back. Everything is complete. I finished the eye look. I love everything that's on my face. I love everything that's on my eyes. I think this was a great try on. I will say though that after letting this one in Rise sit on my lips from Hourglass, I prefer the one that has a little bit more pigmentation. The one in Desire. I don't know. It just matched like my lip color, but like amplified it. This almost looks super clear on my lips, but the formula is amazing. Like, everything that I tried today was just so refreshing and so nice that I'm just really excited to have a full face of everything that I love. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm at the end. I have nothing negative to say, and I tried to be pretty descriptive as I was going and reviewing everything for you guys. And the only thing that I want to update you now on is the concealer. So far, she good. She good. I set her down and then she didn't crease anymore. This is my problem eye anyway. Like, if a concealer is going to crease, I'm going to notice it on my right eye because I have more lines under that eye. But I think that she did a really good job, and I have been sitting here finishing my eye look, and I was filming another video, so I've probably been gone for another 20 to 30 minutes. But it looks great. I was also really surprised with the amount of coverage that it had. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am out of here for this evening, and as always, I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.